Hey guys, this is Yoda. In this video, I'm going to go over a bunch of tech that has recently been discovered in Skyreach that we started doing. We're going to go over a VOD of my group doing 20, but I'm not going to talk too much about the pack mechanics since there's another video already talking about that on the channel. Just search for Skyreach guide. But yeah, at the start here, there's not really that much to talk about. We just do the pulls. You can technically pull bigger, like you can go up to all the way here and do 2 pulls here, but we found that it doesn't really save us that much time because of how cooldowns work. So we ended up just splitting it. And we do this room, not really much to it here, and this is where the fun starts. So before pulling the boss, you can see our shaman walking up here, and he's going to drop a surging totem and place it all the way up here to pull this pack through the wall. You can also pull this with a few other things. I believe Evoker can get knocked up by a tornado here and cast Landslide to pull this pack. Brew can also pull it with Explosive Keg, but we just did it with the Shaman here. There's probably quite a few other ways to also pull it, but those are the 3 ways that are the easiest that I know of. Pulling this trash to the boss allows you to do the next pull a bit easier, and also a lot of classes are significantly worse on pure single target than they are with 3-target funnel, specifically Armor's Warrior benefits a lot from having 3 targets for their single target damage. Anyway, so that's this boss. We pull some trash. We do trap 1 mob, the Blinding Sun Priest, because if there are 2 adds with it, it can cast a shield, which can pulse damage, which overlaps with the boss's AoE. You can purge the shield in time, but we found it easier if we just trap it first and then deal with it separately. After this boss, we're going to do the next pull through the wall. So you walk up to this wall. Oh, it already happened. Okay, so you can see him going here. He's going to walk up to this wall and chi burst through the wall. Obviously, they forgot to make this wall block chi burst. Maybe they'll fix it, maybe not. Who knows? That pulls the construct through the wall. So this actually saves a lot of time because before, since we already pulled this pack, the next pull would have been 1 pack. But since he pulled through the wall, now it's like a real pull. And also, a lot of groups are being forced to split the pull in the middle of this room. Because they just couldn't handle 3 constructs, or just risk someone dying because like if 2 constructs pick the wrong person, then it's GG. But this makes it, really safe, and you don't really lose any time. In fact, it's probably faster because we can still cleave off the elemental and just bring the half health construct into the room if we want to. So that's the next tech. For this room, we're just going to play the 2 packs normally. You can, by the way, technically trap 2 of the mobs and then bring those to the boss. But we're doing another thing with the boss, so we're not doing that. The only thing you need to do to spawn the boss is kill the 2 constructs. So if you trap 2 mobs and bring them to the boss, you can manipulate the funnel that way. So once as these constructs are dying, you're going to see our hunter jump up. We have the marks. I think he might have already gone. There is a wall here. You can keep an eye on the hunter here. There's a wall on this side that you can jump up as a hunter. We have all the marks here. Basically, you go up here. You can't do it unless you have a mobility skill like Monk's Lighter Than Air, Hunter's Disengage, Druid Wild Charge Disengage. I'm sure DH can get up in a certain way. As long as it's not ground target, as long as it's like a dash on your character you can get over, Evoker can do it very easily. So he jumps up here, goes all the way over here to the next boss room, tags the trash like the mobs that fixate, and then he comes back to us before we fight the boss. Honestly, he probably could have left a little earlier, and you can just jump over the banister here to make it easy for the tank to pick up aggro. We pull the boss, and then basically this pull is being done with the boss. It's actually really easy in my opinion to do this. Maybe it takes a couple reps just so the gather becomes decent, so your tank realizes that you can't leave melee and everyone realizes they can't pull aggro, and also so your DPS doesn't randomly walk in the middle, which I did once. But basically we play all this trash with the boss that not only saves us a pull after, but a lot of classes benefit from funnel this season, specifically Red Paladin and, like I said, Arms Warrior benefit a lot from having trash on top of the boss. So instead of being forced to spend cooldowns on this trash after the boss, it's just being killed with the boss and making the boss faster, and we don't have to wait for next boss RP. So this little tech is saving a lot of time too, in my opinion. You do have to be careful a bit, because if someone is ever fixated and they have a line, then that can be really dangerous, but as long as your group rotates CCs decently, it should be relatively easy. As a ret, I can also bot myself too, or bubble. Bubble is still up somehow. Anyway, there's another tech we're going to demo on this boss. So they did fix tanks soloing it, so if a beam ever touches the boss, it's instantly +1 stack. What you can do, so the tank's going to demo it here, you aim 2 smashes, and then you can dance between the lines. So what they did make it so that if the line ever takes the boss will heal and get a stack. But what they didn't change is if the beam ticks on a player, it doesn't instantly tick. If it latches to a player, it doesn't instantly tick. So you can watch his health here and watch our health, the shaman and me. While he's doing this, it goes down way slower because as the initial application of the line doesn't apply a dot, it waits a second before applying, and he's basically refreshing it, so it's permanently like reapplying, and it never gets the chance to like actually tick. We are still going to take a couple ticks, but it significantly reduces the damage we take. Also, since there's 3 lines and 4 non-tanks, whoever is not taking a beam and is not taking the boss can just like walk back and forth over a line, and that person will have a much easier time surviving the boss. If the 2 lines are together, then he can like walk from line to line. If the 3 lines are like the delta spread, then you can only like help 1 person, but it still makes the fight significantly easier to heal. And that's actually one of the reasons our group doesn't even lost this boss anymore. It's because it's so easy with this strategy. Okay, after this boss, we do this one. We have lost nothing really that special here for this boss. Just kill the ads if you don't have damage, and otherwise focus the boss. I do bubble and stay on the boss for my rec cooldown so I don't lose value. After this boss, I'm going to show you a really easy way to make this maze easier. So a lot of classes, this is not going to be the topic of this video, but a lot of classes, if they have like mobility, like Evoker, DH, even Monk can do this. You can jump from the top of this ramp to this little head and then go up that way. That's the fastest way to do it that I know of. However, there's a really decent way that, like, normally you'd have to walk all the way around, past the wind, past a bunch of birds, and then walk this way, and then up here, right? So any class can do this, by the way. And this is probably the best way to do it. So you're waiting for this bird to shoot a tornado, and then as soon as he shoots a tornado, you jump up this corner, and you have to time it right so the tornado hits you. I actually messed it up. Oh no, I got it right. So me and the Brewmaster got it right. I think this guy messed it up. And then you can just go up here. It's way faster. It's obviously not as fast as jumping like this way, but it's way faster than walking all the way around, and it's, in my opinion, it's like fast enough. Our hunter unfortunately didn't make the jump, and he's kind of walking around. And there is one more tech I wanted to show. You know, we caught it just by trash all the way up here. So one other thing we're doing is that in order to spawn the boss, you only have to kill the mini boss type mobs. You don't need to kill everything else. So we are again CCing 2 mobs to bring them to the boss for funnel. Again, Arms Warrior benefits a lot from that. Red Paladin benefits. I think certain other classes do, like certain meta specs, like Og would benefit from that. Devourer probably does. I don't think Unholy gets too much, but a lot of classes just benefit from having funnel on the boss, so this is a decent thing to do. If you have CCs, you can CC a mob and just play it with the boss, since the boss, while he is a pretty tough heal check, he doesn't really challenge you mechanically, so like having a couple extra mobs that do nothing on him doesn't really make it harder, but it can make the boss faster. So yeah, that is going to be it for the Skyreach tech video. Thanks for watching. Peace out.